welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Feer and I am an English teacher. This channel I want to be teaching you English and I'm going to start from the more basics and then I will start going into the more difficult stuff. So if you are new, don't forget to hit that red button and subscribe to my channel and activate the notification bell so YouTube will tell you every time I upload a new video. So on this video, that is the first one on my channel, I will be teaching something very basic that everybody needs to know when you are going to start a conversation in English. Those are greetings and self-introduction. So put yourself in the situation when you are meeting someone new. You have to greet the person and then you have to introduce yourself. So this time I will be teaching you the most basic greetings that you need to know and also the basic information of yourself that you can tell somebody else. So we're going to start with the greetings. Okay, so go grab your phone or a notebook somewhere where you can start writing because the class is going to start. Okay, so as in Spanish, in English we have many different ways to greet someone. We can use a more informal greeting or maybe a more formal one. It depends on the situation. So we're going to start with the informal ones. I'm going to teach you 3 ways of greeting someone. The first one is the most typical one that I'm pretty sure that everyone knows, that is hello. Okay, so it's as simple as that, hello. Then we also have one that is like a shorter version of hello, that is hi. That is also a very known one, hi. So you can just say hi. And the last one that is very typical is hey. That is super informal. We can use that when we are greeting a friend or maybe a classmate, but that is just that, hey. Okay, so now let's go to the more formal ways of greeting someone. So if you are greeting, for example, a teacher or maybe your boss, or you are just greeting someone in a very formal occasion, you are not going to use just hi or hey because it's not the context of that kind of greeting. So instead we can say, for example, if it is the morning, we can say good morning, good morning. Or if it is the afternoon, we can say good afternoon. Or if it's already late at night, we can say good evening, good evening. Something very important that you need to remember. When it's late at night and you want to use a formal greeting, you cannot say good night. That is a very common mistake because you use good night only when you are going to sleep. But it's not a way of greeting someone. So if it's late at night and you want to greet someone, you use good evening, okay? Alright, so those are the most basic greetings that you can use. But when we are meeting someone, we don't use only hi, hello, or good morning, good evening. We also continue the conversation asking how the person is feeling. Okay, and the most typical ways of asking that, it doesn't matter the situation, is how are you? That is the most typical one. How are you? Another one is saying, how are you doing? So the correct way of saying that is, what are you doing? But if you listen to an English speaker, they are not going to say, how are you doing? They just make it shorter and they will say, how you doing? So it's just how you doing. But that's a little bit more informal. So if you're in a formal situation and for example you want to use the greeting good morning, then you should say good morning, how are you? But if you're in an informal occasion, you can say hey, how you doing? That's very common if you are just greeting a friend on the street. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so let's go on with our class. We are going to continue with self-introduction. So if I am meeting someone, I probably want to tell him or her something about myself. I'm going to teach you the 4 main topics that you can say about yourself using a 4-leaf clover, so maybe it is easier for you to remember. So look at here. Here I have a 4-leaf clover, and we have the 4 main topics that we can use to talk about ourselves. So we're going to start obviously with our name, okay? We have our name, our age, our country or city, and our likes or hobbies. Let's go a little bit deeper into the first one, that is the name. So when we want to tell a person what our name is, we are going to use the following structure. We are going to say, my name is, okay, my name is, and then we say our name, of course. So in this case, my name is Feer. My name is Feer. Also, to say our name, we can use I am and then our name. I'm Feer. Nice to meet you. Alright, right now we're going to go a little bit deeper on the age. Okay, let's continue. If we want to talk about our age, how old we are going to use the following structure. We can say I am 25 years old. That is my age, but here you have to write yours. I am years old. Always like that. I am years old. Okay, right now let's learn a little bit more about how we can say the things that we like or our hobbies. To talk about the things that we like, we are going to use the following structure. I like, and then we are going to write the things that we like. We can use action verbs or we can use nouns. An example of saying I like in an action verb is singing. I like singing. And another example, but this time using a noun, it could be I like cars. I like cars. And finally, let's go a little bit deeper into how we can talk about our country or our city. Okay, and finally, to talk about our country or our city, we are going to say I am from Chile. Or we can change the country and we can say our city. For example, I am from Santiago. Okay, so always I am from and then your country or your city. Okay, now that the class is finishing, let's put everything into practice. We are going to start by greeting someone, then asking how the person is, and finally introducing ourselves. First, we are going to say our name, then we are going to say how old we are, then we are going to say where we are from, and finally we're going to talk about our hobbies. Okay, so remember, greeting, ask how the person is, self-introduction starting with name, age, location, and hobbies. Okay, let's start. I'm going to say it with my information, but you can practice in your house with your own information, of course. Alright, let's start. Hey, how are you doing? My name is Fernanda. I am 25 years old. I am from Santiago, Chile. I like singing I like recording videos. I like series and movies. What about you? So now I would love to read some comments with your own personal information so I can know what your name is, where are you from, what are your hobbies. So go on and write a comment. I will be reading to see if you are writing them correctly and if you understood everything in the class. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed my first video. I hope that it was useful, that you have learned something. And if you like the video, remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to upload videos every week with different topics. So if you want to leave any comment telling me what would you like to learn, feel free to write and I will be reading every comment that you leave. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so YouTube can tell you every time I upload a new video. I hope you liked the video and see you next week. Bye!